Imagine for a moment that you are drifting deep beneath the surface of the ocean. It's quiet down here. The light filters through the blue water in shimmering curtains. You're watching a pod of dolphins. We know them as the geniuses of the sea, playful, intelligent, and incredibly social. They rescue humans, they surf waves, and they have complex languages. But there is a side to dolphins that you rarely hear about in children's books or aquarium shows. It's a side that suggests these brilliant creatures might have a bit of a rebellious streak. You see, scientists have discovered that dolphins, well, they like to party. And they don't use seaweed or fermented fruit. They use one of the deadliest creatures on the planet, the pufferfish. Now, if you know anything about the ocean, you know the pufferfish is not a toy. It is a spiky, inflated balloon of death. Its skin and organs contain a substance called tetrodotoxin. To give you an idea of how dangerous this is, tetrodotoxin is over 1,000 times more toxic than cyanide. A single pufferfish has enough poison to kill 30 adult humans, and there is no known antidote. If you or I took a bite, it would be lights out. But the dolphins? They see this spiky little death trap differently. A few years ago, a documentary crew using hidden cameras, robotic spy creatures disguised as sea life, captured something extraordinary. They watched a group of adolescent dolphins corner a pufferfish, but they didn't eat it. They didn't attack it in a rage. Instead, they began to handle it with a strange, almost surgical delicacy. Imagine a group of teenagers passing a ball around, but in slow motion. That's exactly what was happening. One dolphin would gently nudge the pufferfish, mouthing it just enough to stress the fish out. When a pufferfish feels threatened, it releases a cloud of that deadly toxin as a defense mechanism. It's basically screaming, "Stay away!" But the dolphins don't stay away. They deliberately inhale these tiny, diluted amounts of the poison. And then, the magic happens. After taking their hit, the dolphins start to act weird. The footage shows them floating near the surface, seemingly mesmerized by their own reflections. They stop swimming aggressively. Their eyelids get heavy. They drift vertically, noses pointing up, looking completely spaced out. It's a trance-like state. They look, for lack of a better word, stoned. Then, like good friends sharing, the dolphin passes the pufferfish to the next member of the pod. They take turns. Nudge, inhale, float, pass. It is a ritual, a calculated game of risk and reward. So why on earth would an animal this smart mess with something so lethal? Well, it all comes down to chemistry. In massive doses, tetrodotoxin kills you by blocking the nerves that tell your muscles to move. You suffocate. But in tiny, microscopic doses, it creates a numbing, tingling sensation. It acts as a nerve block. For the dolphins, this likely feels like a massive body buzz, a psychoactive trip that alters their perception of reality. It's fascinating because it shows us that the desire to alter consciousness isn't just a human trait. We see it in elephants getting drunk on fermented fruit, or lemurs biting toxic millipedes. But the dolphins' method is terrifyingly precise. They know exactly how much to harass the fish to get the buzz without getting the funeral. If they bite too hard, they die. If they don't annoy it enough, nothing happens. They are walking a tightrope between a good time and death. Of course, we have to be fair to science. Some researchers argue that maybe the dolphins are just playing, and the numbness is an accidental side effect. Maybe they just like the texture of the inflated fish. But anyone who has watched that footage, seeing them drift in that euphoric, dreamlike state, finds it hard to deny what's happening. They seem to know exactly what they are doing. It makes you look at them differently, doesn't it? We think of dolphins as wholesome, smiling friends of the sea, but deep down in the blue, they are thrill seekers. They are experimental chemists. They are curious, reckless, and incredibly intelligent beings who have figured out how to unlock a secret door in their own minds using a deadly key. So the next time you see a dolphin jumping through the waves, looking happy and carefree, just remember, they might just be buzzing on a little bit of pufferfish. And that poor fish? Well, hopefully it eventually gets to swim away, confused, shaken, but alive, having been the center of the wildest party in the ocean.